Jackie claims the FBI is investigating the rape of her 3-year-old daughter. She says her daughter told her that it was Jackie's brother, Anthony, who covered her mouth to stop her from screaming, then sexually assaulted her. But it was Jackie's husband, Dalton, who was jailed for this. And to make matters worse, Jackie is currently pregnant with Dalton's baby. Now she's torn because she says she knows one of them raped her child, and she won't let Dalton move back in, nor has she spoken to Anthony since these allegations have erupted. Today, both men took lie detector tests. We'll find out the truth. Take a look.
I had gotten off work, a 12-hour shift with my husband, and we had picked up my daughter. My brother Anthony had kept her. I didn't think anything at first, but he had left, and I noticed her face was dirty, and I went to wipe it, and I noticed it was a bruise. She's kind of clumsy, so I thought, you know, maybe she fell or something. But when I asked her what happened, she had told me that somebody had hurt her tutu. She didn't tell me anything about the face. She immediately went to, somebody had hurt my tutu, and when I asked her what had happened, she said Uncle Anthony had cut her tutu with his winky and made it feel like fire.
This being your brother?
Yes.
What did you think?
How could he do this? How did this happen? Like, is there any way that that's not what this is? I mean, I went through every...
I mean, did it shock you that she said your brother?
Yes, yes. I never would have thought that he would have done this.
And what did you do after she told you this?
I called the authorities, and they took us to the Child Advocacy Center, and with every part of me, I was hoping that that isn't what had happened. But sadly, when she had the kit done...
They did a rape kit on her?
Yeah, and she had recent vaginal tears.
So the doctor determined that she was assaulted sexually?
Yes.
If your daughter says to you, Uncle Anthony did this, why did they arrest your husband?
Because in the interview, she had actually named 3 people. She named 3 people, and the third person that she mentioned had actually been ruled out as a suspect because it was outside of the time frame of what they believe that tear had been given. It was that it was.
But you'd think a child would be pretty specific if it was Dad, right?
Well, he didn't say. She didn't say what she called him. She said Dad, Dad, and that's another reason why he was released. With his charges were dismissed. They asked her, "Did Dad do this?" And then she went on, "Dad, Dad, 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 Dad." Well, when he was released from jail, I was like, "How?" And then he said, "Well, you said she didn't call him Dad, she called him Daddy." Well, they had asked her, "Did Dad do this?" You know, they felt like the investigation.
And let's just say your daughter's a very young girl.
She's 3.
Okay. So, yeah, so she's 3 years old and confused.
Exactly. Very easy to get confused. I had been made to believe that this was my husband, but the same day he was arrested, we got home and sat on the couch, and my daughter looked at me and said, "Mommy, Uncle Anthony woke me up and said, 'Time to play with your tutu.'" And I looked at her and I said, "Anthony?" Because she had said Anthony at the beginning, and then they had just arrested her dad, and I was confused. So I was mad because, first of all, now both of the people you were accusing are walking the streets around children. What do I do? Like, where do I go from here? I asked him if he would stay somewhere else until everything, because I have to protect my kids.
And he agreed?
He did.
Okay.
If he did this to my daughter, I cannot be with him.
You're going to get divorced?
I'm going to have to.
Okay. You're pregnant right now by him?
Yes.
How far along are you?
15 and some days. I'm close to 16 weeks now.
Wow. In your heart, who do you think did it?
I don't know. I have always leaned towards Anthony because that's who she said. That's who she stuck to. She shows like she is afraid of him, and his stories didn't match up. He had mentioned that there was someone outside of her window, but when they looked at the security cameras from my neighbor across the street, there was nobody at her window at any point.
How do you feel about what your brother said about you? Says you might have Munchausen disease.
Yeah, because to have Munchausen, you would have to be making something up, and
have you ever said anything about your other kids, or do you seek attention?
I didn't say anything about my other kids that wasn't true. No, I don't seek attention. I don't get along with my family, but that has nothing to do with my daughter.
Okay, well, let's meet your brother, Anthony.
I did not rape your daughter.
Anthony, first of all, I didn't say you did. She said you did. And you can sit there and say that I'm seeking attention all you want. I didn't ask for my little girl to be raped, and I never said you did it. In fact, this whole time, I brought both of you on here. They had to corner you to get a lie detector test. He came willingly. I don't know who did it, or he wouldn't have been coming when you disagreed to come. He was coming the whole time because I don't know. I want answers. That is my baby. I don't know why she said you did it, but I can't stop what she has done. And I didn't put you on a list of suspects. You were on the list of suspects because within her rape kit, there's a time frame. And in that time frame, you had her. I didn't say, oh, my brother did it. They said, you're a suspect. You had her the night of her rape.
And so did your...
They were cleared as suspects so much so that they didn't even take their DNA. But I've already told everybody that knows that this is going on at the family that if you pass and he passes, don't think that I'm not gung-hoing for them people because I'm not doing this for attention. I'm doing it for my daughter. I wanted the lie detector test now because I can't wait 13 months for a DNA to know why my family is torn apart.
That's understandable.
Did you rape your niece?
No, sir, I did not.
You do believe that she was raped, though, right?
Yes, I do believe it.
Sexually assaulted.
He knows. The investigators told him.
Yeah. But I mean, there was a rape kit done.
There was a rape. I mean,
these are professional doctors that say that she was raped. Why do you think? Because your sister is saying that your niece said that you did it. Do you believe that your niece even said that? Do you believe your sister's lying? What do you believe?
I don't know.
You say that your sister's a liar.
Yes.
Yeah. So if she lies to you and you don't trust her, why would you watch her kid?
Because she always told me that she has nobody.
I didn't have anybody.
Okay.
So I wanted to be there for them, and I'd rather
All
they be
right.
family.
Okay,
than-
but you came here, took a lie detector
Yes.
test to prove that you didn't do this. Yeah, they took DNA samples, right?
Yes,
From who?
from him, Dalton, and my daughter.
And why are you saying it takes 13
13 months. So I was told by investigators. The investigators told me this. They've already sent it off. It is backlogged. It's done through
13 months?
13 months. And they didn't even send the kid off, which I can show you evidence of the kid if you'd like to see it. But they didn't even send the kid off till a month and 9 days after they got both of the suspects' DNAs.
Okay, so let's meet your husband, Dalton.
First of all, Steve, there's no reason for him to say anything about lying. That's why you can't bring up any lies, because she's not a liar. She's passionate, she's beautiful, she loves her children, and this right here will prove that she's willing to do anything to protect them. I love her, and there's no way I would do anything like this. It's absolutely...
How do you feel that you are one of the suspects in raping your own daughter?
The reason I believe that I'm a suspect is because the advocacy center that did the test, we know now, they coaxed my daughter by using different verbiage and names that she doesn't call me.
Okay.
Like they
Or maybe
said-
there's just a misunderstanding.
Yeah,
you
and it
don't
could
think
be-
they're trying to pin it on you,
Not
do you?
necessarily, but they did. Now, that part is true. They did lead her. They said, Dad, she's never
Did-
called me Dad. She's called me Daddy
They asked
her whole
if
life.
Dad
But
did
if
this.
she's saying that, maybe they're interpreting that as being you.
I understand,
Right.
yeah.
Right. Any chance that you think that your brother-in-law did this?
Given all the evidence that I have, that's the only person. I know that I didn't do it, and the truth be told, me and him were the only suspects. So I can only go off of the information I have, and I do believe that, yes. And I
You
believe my daughter.
Right. Right. I mean, listen, if your daughter's saying you have to put some faith in your daughter. But, I mean, you obviously known Anthony for a while.
Yes.
Do you think he's capable of something like this?
I think,
Anybody is.
yes, I think anybody is. Not only is anybody, but given the nature, yes, I do.
Oh, how about this? They take a picture of you, and they put what you were charged with.
Yes.
But then the charges were dropped.
I actually never even had any charges. They never give me any.
So everybody in your town or wherever you want, they see this and they're thinking, boy, this guy's a creep,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Are these the only two suspects in this case?
The others have been eliminated, yes, sir. The that had her prior may have done it, but I don't understand why they were ruled out as a suspect. So I'm not going to say that there's not a chance, because he's not wrong. I won't lie about that. But they have been immediately ruled out as a suspect. They didn't even take their DNA.
Okay. All right, Anthony, you're up. You took a lie detector test. You're accused of raping your niece. We asked Anthony, have you ever touched your niece for your own sexual gratification? He answered no. Have you ever sexually abused your niece? He answered no. Have you ever touched any of Jackie's children for sexual gratification? You answered no. The results came back all the same, and it came back that Anthony told the truth. Your reaction?
I wanted to hug him, but I stopped myself because I didn't know how he'd feel about that.
But I love them kids with the dearest of my heart. I would never have done that.
I love you.
And I love you.
Is there another lie detector test?
Here we have one more. What's your reaction to your brother-in-law passing?
I'm ecstatic. I would want to believe that that's exactly how things went. It's right now I'm really confused, actually, given the nature of it, but I couldn't want anything more than that right there.
All right, Dalton, you took a lie detector test, and we asked you, have you ever touched your daughter for your own sexual gratification? You answered no. Have you ever sexually abused your daughter? You answered no. Have you ever touched any of Jackie's children for your own sexual gratification? You answered no. The results came back all the same. And they came back that Dalton told the truth.
We're gonna figure this out, okay? We're gonna figure it out. Sorry, brother. Oh, no, you're good. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it.
We gotta find out who did this to her.
I'm sorry, man.
We gotta
I'm
find
gonna
out
fix
who
it.
did this to her.
I'm gonna fix it.
So we need to go. We all three
Yep.
need to go and let them know that they need to go get.
So we can't say their name.
I'm
We
sorry.
can't say names.
He
of people.
did pick
What I'm
him
saying
up.
is, you picked up the kids from people. So I think instead of narrowing this investigation to 2 people, you kind of need to expand the net a little bit.
Well, and I don't understand why I even told him, I don't know how they ruled them out, but I mean, immediately, they had the interview the same day he did.
Well, I'm
And-
just saying, after this airs, maybe they will look back into these people. I know you're saying they're ruling them out, and why they tell you they ruled them out?
They didn't actually give me a reason, and I even can show evidence. I was like, why did you not get his DNA? Because I asked them specifically, did you get so-and-so's DNA? And they were like, no, we ruled them out as a suspect. Well, now I've got the 2 people that I've loved and have been like.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they'll go back and look at these people and maybe get a DNA sample, because what's not in dispute is what happened to your daughter.
Yes.
Yeah.
That happened, somebody did it, and these 2 men came here and took a lie detector and passed. So I want to know, with him, does he have to stay out in the trailer?
I'm not going to make him. I have to make sure that my kids don't
Well, I
get
mean,
taken.
you don't want to stay out there, do you?
No, he doesn't
It's
want to
pretty
stay
cold.
out there.
Yeah. You want to be with your wife and kids,
Absolutely.
right?
I miss them more than you could ever even imagine.
Well, listen, I can't imagine. I think any father understands what missing your kids. I want to thank both of you for coming here, proving your innocence.
Thank you.
I hope they get to the bottom of it, and I hope they get the person that did this to your daughter.
Thank you.
Very nice meeting you.